Hello everyone, you welcome back to my channel, the Eagles channel. We're here today to deal with another issue that is prevalent in the society, the issue of the knife crime. Knife crime is an old issue in the society, and this has led to the loss of several lives, which has cut across religions line, cultural line, race line. It has cut across the society. It has cut across the society. Several lives have been lost through this menace, through this crime of knife crime. It cut across also different age group and is an old issue in this society of the UK. We are here tonight to examine this knife crime, to do in-depth analysis of who are the people involved. Why do they do this, what they do? Why do they commit this crime? And what are the issues that lead to this crime? And probably we'll be trying to look at some of the solutions that can be put in practice, that can be put in place to eliminate or to reduce this crime in our society. But before we go ahead, I'd like to state that this video is not an attack on any particular person or group or community. The purpose of this video is to highlight how this crime have eaten deeply into the families, into the society, and possible steps that can be taken to stamp out this menace and make a society more peaceful, a coexistent society. I'd like to go into some of the incidents of this night crime that have happened all over the years, all over the period. Many cases have been recorded, many cases have been reported, many cases have been dealt with at one time or the other. For example, in Manchester, in the month of August, date 19, 2024, in the midday, in the afternoon, about 13 hours, there was a triple stabbing reported by the BBC. Triple stabbing in the heart of Manchester. A woman died and two others were life-threatening conditions. In Dorset, 8-year-old girl was stabbed, and a young man and a middle-aged woman were arrested. She was taken in for treatment at the hospital. Injuries were reported by BBC that it was not life-threatening. This was on the 21st of August, 2024. 15-year-old girl, as was reported by the BBC, was on her way to school in Croydon, east of London, on the 28th of September 2023, and she was stabbed to death by a 17-year-old young man. And she died on the spot. However, it was reported by also BBC on the 19th of September 2023 in Wolverhampton in the West Midlands. Boy 16 was stabbed to death just some yards away from where he lived. In Northampton, the city that hosts the carnival annually, in this last carnival, hosted August 2024, on the 26th of August, in that carnival, there were reported of incidences, 8 stabbed and 334 arrested, according to the BBC. According to the BBC, this was updated to 27th of August. On the Sunday, were three stabbings on Sunday, with one the victim being a young mother who was with a child. She was in critical condition. And on Monday, probably the follow-up to the carnival, 5 people were stabbed and 2 attacked, being in critical condition. On the 6th of April 2024, reported by BBC in Bradford, a reported of a woman with a child was brought down by a knife man. She was reported died on the scene, but the baby was not harmed. The baby was not harmed in the incident. The report stated that the 2 people, that is the victim and the attacker, were known to each other. In Warsaw, on the 11th of March 2023, BBC reported that a young man, 29, was brought down by a knife man in the Warsaw nightclub. According to report, the attacker had claimed that the victim had stood in his space while he went around the club doing other things. So he stabbed this young man and he died right in that club. And as soon as he noticed this, he quickly left the scene. But he was arrested in another city where the ex-wife lived with the child. Again, it was on the 7th of December 2024, a Birmingham Life reported that at about 5 a.m., this is in the morning, 32 years old was arrested after 51-year-old died in the street from knife stabbing. Yes, the incident goes on. South London, the 3rd of November 2024, BBC reported 10:40 a.m. a man was knifed and 2 others injured in stabbing in South London. A man believed in his 60s was arrested. Hesse, 1st of November, 6 hours 50 GMT, 13 years old girl was stabbed and 6 teenagers were arrested on suspicion of murder. Report according to the police, the young girl suffered laceration to her neck. 4 boys, age 14, 15, 16, and 17, and 2 girls, 14 and 15, were arrested. The police believe the attacker knows the victim. The report goes on and on and on. In Bristol, 30th of January 2024, quite recently, Bristol Live report that a man 44 was charged for killing 15 and 16 years old by stabbing. That was in Bristol. Again, in Manchester, 6th of December 2024, 18:50 GMT, BBC reported 55 years old man was charged for fatally stabbing to death a 27 years old man. The list go on and on and on. Knife stabbing has been an issue rife for many years. And in Sheffield, on the 12th of August 2023, a 74 years old man that worked for council as a driver for the children of special need, while he was on a walk with a dog in the park, was stabbed. The police, according to the BBC, confirmed that he died from the injuries. Of course, this has been going on, but this got to a boiling point on the 29th of July 2024, when in Southport City, three beautiful girls, three beautiful angels, three innocent girls were eliminated. They were stabbed to death by a 17 years old man. Innocent angels, three beautiful kids, three wonderful children, innocent children. They were eliminated. They were brought to untimely end by this 17 years old man. And the nation responded. And there was a response that shook the nation. There was a response, a riot. Riot broke out in different cities. Riot broke out and many buildings were touched. Many vehicles were burnt. Many bars and businesses were burnt, destroyed, or looted. That brought the country to standstill. And the Prime Minister acted swiftly like a responsive and responsible Prime Minister. He acted swiftly, and a lot of people were arrested who have been convicted now and jailed in different terms. Why the nation responded swiftly to this? That now brings the question to every lips. What is responsible for these incidences? What is responsible for these incidences? Meanwhile, there are statistics in place which have stated that knife crime up to 80% has increased since 2015. Knife crime between 2021 and 2022, the highest number of people were killed with knife for the past 70 up to 70 years. 2021 to 22 have recorded the highest number of people killed by knife had been highest in 2021 for over 70 years. Report of cases of 3,235 weapon possession were reported, and these are between the ages these are between the ages of 13 to 17 of people caught with weapons. This report ended to June 23 of last year, of the last year. However, the government has promised in the campaign that they were going to handle the issue of knife like no other government. And I will come to that very briefly. But before we go that, let us see the causes of this knife crime. What are the causes? What are the causes? Because this has been a problem that has been on for several years. But successive governments have failed to hold the bull by the horn. Government failures has been one of the reasons. Successive governments have endeavored to bring this under control, but they have failed. They have failed because they have not done this. They have not done this either enough, or they have not done what they need to be done. What they need to have been done, they have not done. But while Labour were coming to power, they had the promise that they will put this knife crime to be a thing of the past. In the words of Keir Starmer, he said, Labour will turn this around. We will give young people real support to achieve their potential and stay on track. But flout this chance, they will feel the force of the law. That is what Keir Starmer promised while he was coming to power. And he analyzed, he listed 3 procedures that he was going to use to stamp out this crime. First, he said, tough on knife crime, swift punishment, We won't shrug our shoulder when kids are caught with knife. We will put place sweet, firm action and stronger enforcement. Meaningless warning and aren't enough. There should be consequence for carrying knife. That was one of their procedure. Number two, tough on causes of knife crime. Preventive first. We will take the cause of knife crime early and systematically, preventing young people from being drawn into knife crime, targeting those most at risk of getting involved in the knife crime and building a package to stop them ever picking up a knife. Those were the words. And the third procedure, labor will bring in a new, stronger laws to crack down on dangerous knife sales that the government promised failed to ban so many times, and on the gang who will wade the knife. That's what the promises of Keir Starmer, our prime minister today. Has he been able to bring this to pass? Has he been able to do justice to this crime? That is left to be seen. Well, other reasons, other causes, according to my study, are parental absence and parental failures. Many fathers are not home, either they are not home or they are not doing enough to help their children. Many fathers have been driven away from their home. Many fathers have stayed long away from the presence of their children. And therefore, the children have connected connected and they have been misinformed, they have been misengaged, they have been misdirected because of the lack of father. Because the mother, usually who is the only one to help them, might not be able to help them enough. And in some cases, you see the father and the mother staying together with the children, but they have not been able to help these children enough. That is where the failure comes in. That is where the family failure comes in. In another reason is negative influence. Negative influence from social media, from friends, from family, from community as a whole. Negative influence has to be dealt with. The use of drugs and alcohol. Youth these days, they are engaged excessively in the use of alcohol, in the use of drugs and alcohol, and this has brought a mental breakdown, mental disorder, mental incapacity to them. And they have made them brainless and to do all sorts of things using knife to attack and killing or destroying others. Inefficiency of the police due to very low number of the police on the street. Flaws of judiciary handling of these cases. Yes, these are some of the causes. But now we're going to bring in some remedies. Probably these remedies could help in reducing these causes. Fathers come back home and bring the children to order. Father, come back home. Father, come back home. Come and liaise with your partner. Father, come back home. Come and join your forces. Come and join your power. Come and join your strength with your power, with your wives, and get these children engaged. Get these children informed. Get these children well directed. Get these children a line of communication. Communicate with your children so that they don't have to look for somebody else outside. Father, bring your heart, get your heart connected to the children, and this problem will be turned around. Because majority of this problem starts from home. It starts from the family. It starts from the family. When this problem I know there are fundamental issues with partners, with the husband and wife, but if this can be dealt with, the children aspect will be a thing, it will be a reduced problem. The use of drugs in the society, the use of alcohol should be monitored, should be double effort, monitored. In the nightclub, you'll be in social places, in the jail, wherever. The use of drugs and penalty for drug possession has to be revisited so to discourage the possession and use of drug. Because these people that go about stabbing others, they are not in their clear state of mind. They are not in their clear mind. I hope when this is dealt with, it will help. Social media to be banned. Under 16 social media, like it's been done in Australia right away. This might help. This will help in some ways to reduce the influences of social media and the negative influences in the society. Life imprisonment. This is my suggestion. Life imprisonment for someone who have killed somebody with the use of the knife. In life imprisonment, you don't have to kill somebody and you enjoy your life. No, prison sentence is not enough. A 5-year sentence is not enough for 3 years. Life sentence for someone who have been convicted that have killed somebody with a knife. A 10-year sentence for possession of weapon on the street. Weapons on the street, knives are supposed to be used in the kitchen. Any clear mind going with a weapon on the street, 10 years, minimum of 10 years. Because as I know, UK it's not at war. There's no civil war going on. Why weapon flying everywhere on the street? Anyone with convicted of possessing weapon should be given 10 years to discourage the use of weapon. Violence Reduction Unit, as introduced by Scotland, which has paid off in 2005, should be encouraged here also. Should be encouraged, and that will turn the whole city around. Recruitment and maintaining police presence on the street. As we know, prevention is better than cure. Preventing all this menace happening in the society, on the street, is better than having to arrest, having to put somebody judicial practices and all that. If the police have sufficient presence on the street, all these practices will be reduced or will be stamped out. Swift legal procedure. Keir Starmer, I'd like to salute you for this the procedure, the swift procedure you apply for the people caught in the riot issue, like stated before. I like to see that swift legal procedure for the people carrying knife, people use of knife, have to be swifter. These people have to be face swift procedure and taken away fast and quickly out of the street. Meta evaluation. Every 2 years, meta evaluation for our children between the age of 12 to 18. Meta evaluation. I believe that children, many of the youth, meta state is not normal. You can't tell me somebody going about with a knife, it has a good state, meta capacity. They have to be evaluated every 2 years. Like the 17 years old boy that killed those 3 children would have been removed from the street if the meta capacity was evaluated years back. Many of these knife users on the street, if their meta state are not clear, somebody holding a knife on the street does not have a clear meta state. They have to be evaluated and taken off the street. And when these things are done, you will see how quickly the drama and the use of knife will be stamped out. My dear Prime Minister, you have started well in the issue of this knife crime. Do not be distracted. There is so much to be done. There is so much to be done to restore peace in our community. Your name will be written in gold on the street and the history if you can wipe out this monster from the street of UK. UK need the energies of this youth. UK need the visions of these children. UK need the life of this young one to move ahead. UK need the strength, the vision, the dream of an aspiration of this young one that are being killed on the street of UK every now and again. UK cannot afford to be losing people on the street on a daily basis. Please rise up to the occasion. Rise up to the occasion, my dear Prime Minister. And in conclusion, let parents, friends, teachers, administrators, and neighbors, let us work together, hand in hand, and drive out this monster out of town. Because this monster of the use of knives is an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.